Super Bowl champion Bryan Braman dies at 38. Cause of death, final words revealed. The football world is mourning the shocking and sudden loss of Bryan Braman, former NFL linebacker and Super Bowl champion, who has passed away at the age of 38. His family confirmed the heartbreaking news on July 17, 2025, revealing the cause of his death and sharing his final haunting words. Known for his fierce athleticism and larger-than-life personality, Braman leaves behind a legacy etched into the soul of the sport and the hearts of his teammates and fans. A journey from undrafted to unforgettable. Bryan Braman's story was never defined by easy wins. Born on May 19, 1987, in Spokane, Washington, Braman's early life was marked by hardship and the grit that would come to define his career. He bounced between high schools and community colleges before making his mark at the University of West Texas A&M. He entered the NFL as an undrafted free agent, the kind of player often overlooked, but he refused to be ignored. What followed was nothing short of incredible. Braman carved out a place on the Houston Texans roster in 2011. Known for his explosive special teams play and wild, fearless energy on the field, including his infamous helmetless tackle against the Colts, he became a fan favorite not for flashy stats, but for his raw passion and refusal to quit. Rising to the biggest stage, Braman's relentless drive took him to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he would earn the pinnacle of NFL achievement, a Super Bowl LE championship ring in 2018. Though not a headline name, his role on special teams and behind the scenes was crucial. Coaches and teammates lauded him for his work ethic, intensity, and infectious energy, the kind of player every locker room needs, but only few teams are lucky to have. Off the field, Braman was just as intense, an adrenaline junkie who embraced life with ferocity. Skydiving, motorcycles, training like a warrior, everything he did full throttle. Cause of death. Bryan Braman's family revealed that he died from complications related to a previously undetected heart condition. The news came as a heartbreaking shock to those who knew him as a powerful, energetic presence, seemingly unstoppable, larger than life. In a solemn statement, his family said, "We are heartbroken to share that Bryan passed away due to complications from an undiagnosed heart condition. He was a warrior in every sense, on the field and in life. His passion, fire, and love for others will never be forgotten. Our hearts are shattered." Final words. Braman's final words, shared quietly with a close friend just days before his passing, spoke volumes about the man behind the helmet. "If I go, I hope I gave him hell while I was here." These words, half a battle cry and half a reflection, encapsulated the spirit of Bryan Braman, fierce, unfiltered, and authentic to the very end. A life beyond the field. Though remembered by many as a fearless special teams ace, Braman's impact went beyond his on-field performances. He became an inspiration to countless underdogs, players overlooked, doubted, and dismissed, showing that heart and hustle could pave a path to the highest levels of the game. After retiring from football, he became involved in youth mentorship and fitness coaching. His social media presence reflected his eccentricity, intensity, and dedication to motivating others. Braman often spoke openly about his battles with pain, recovery, and the mental challenges athletes face, making him not just a player, but a powerful advocate for wellness in sports. Tributes. The NFL community responded with an outpouring of grief and gratitude. Former teammates, coaches, and fans flooded social media with tributes, photos, and memories. Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni released a statement. "Bryan was the heartbeat of our locker room. He gave everything, every snap, every sprint, every meeting. He was the kind of player who made others better just by being there. We're devastated by his loss." Former Eagles teammate Malcolm Jenkins tweeted, "We lost a real one today. Braman brought fire every day. He was crazy in the best way, fearless, passionate, and full of love for the game and the people around him." A family in mourning. Braman is survived by his 2 daughters, his longtime partner, and his parents, who have asked for privacy as they grieve their devastating loss. Bryan was more than an athlete. He was a father, a son, and a fierce friend. We are grateful for the love and support from around the world. He touched so many lives in his own wild and wonderful way. Continuing the fire. In honor of Bryan Braman's legacy, his family has announced the launch of the Braman Strong Foundation, an initiative that will support mental health programs for athletes, mentorship for at-risk youth, and access to fitness resources for underserved communities. Bryan lived full speed. We want to take that same energy and pour it into helping others, especially the kind of people Bryan fought for: the forgotten, the doubted, the underestimated. A lasting legacy. Bryan Braman's untimely death at 38 is a monumental loss to the football world and a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even for the strongest among us. His journey from obscurity to Super Bowl glory is one that will inspire generations of players who dare to believe in themselves when the world won't. As we mourn the loss of a fearless champion, we also celebrate the fire he lit in so many hearts. His voice, his impact, and his words will live on. If I go, I hope I gave him hell while I was here. He did, and we'll never forget it.